This is the part 2 of chapter number 3 cell. So children, already we have discussed that we were discussing the organelles of the cell. So we have started the cell wall. So as I have told you, the cell wall, a cell is covered with a wall that is called as a cell wall. Cell wall, it is made up of cellulose and it is a non-living wall. It is made up of cellulose. It is a non-living wall, and it just, what is its function? It provides the strength, it provides the shape and the support to the cell, as well as it is permeable. Permeable means it allows substances to pass in and out of this. It allows substances to pass. Just which type of substances? Just like water, solute and gases. So it allows the substances to pass from it. So the substances, they can enter inside the cell, just like gases, water, and it is just providing a protection to the plant cell. It is only present in the plant cell. Okay, so animal cell, it is lacking, it is not present in the animal cell. Now coming to the second structure, that is a cell wall. So cell wall, the topic is not given in your book, but I will explain it. The topic is given in your book, that is a cell membrane or the cell plasma membrane. So cell membrane, plasma membrane, we can call it by any of the name. So cell membrane, where it is present? It is present inside the cell wall, only in the plant cell. Animal cell, the cell wall is present, cell membrane is present, but cell wall is absent. But now this is a cell membrane. The second structure is the cell membrane, and this is the cell wall. Outer is the cell wall, inner is the cell membrane. So cell membrane, it is semi-permeable. Now what does it mean, semi-permeable? Semi-permeable means it allows some of the substances to enter inside the cell, and it doesn't allow other substances to enter inside the cell. So some of the substance, they can enter inside the cell through the cell membrane. So the cell membrane, it is only present it is present both in animal cell as well as in the plant cell. So the cell membrane, it is just like a barrier. It is just like a barrier because it is not allowing everything to enter inside the cell. So it regulates the movement of the molecules inside and outside. So it is given in your book also. The cell membrane controls the movement of the substances into the cell and it in and out of the cell. So whatever the substances, they are entering into the cell, waste product carbon dioxide, it is also coming out from the cell membrane. So the cell membrane, it separates the cell from one another and also from the surrounding medium. Okay, so these are the functions of the cell membrane. Now coming to the second next topic, that is the nucleus. Nucleus is a very important part of the cell. So what is a nucleus? As I have shown you, nucleus in this cell, this like a nucleus, it is a dot-like structure present inside the cell. Here if you can see in this picture, these dots are the nucleus present inside the cell. In amoeba, this is the nucleus. In Euglena, this is the nucleus. So now we are going to discuss about that dot-like structure, a circle-like structure present inside the cell. So this is the main structure of the nucleus. Now what is a nucleus? Now nucleus is the main part of the cell. Nucleus is very large and always it is spherical in shape, and it controls all the activities of the cell. Now in animal cell, the nucleus lies in the center, whereas in the plant cell, it can be lie in maybe in the center or maybe in the sides. So sides, we can call it a periphery. So nucleus, it has its own some structures, just like the wall of the nucleus. Now this is the nucleus. So the outer wall of the nucleus, because it is a nucleus, so outer wall is called as nuclear membrane. Inside the nucleus, a small dot-like structure. Again, inside the nucleus also a dot-like structure is present, that is called nucleolus. Nucleus contain the chromatin material, means the chromosomes. So all these are present inside the nucleus, as well as the now later on we will study one endoplasmic reticulum. It is attached with this nucleus, and I will tell you how it will separate and how it will form other substances. So the fluid is also present inside the nucleus. That fluid is called as a nucleoplasm. Nucleoplasm. So when you are going to explain about the nucleus, you have to explain all these structure. Nucleus is made up of nuclear membrane, nuclear envelope, it is also called as. Fluid substances filled inside the nucleus, that is a nucleoplasm. It again contain a dot-like structure which help during the division. When the cell divides into two parts, this nucleus again help in the formation, the division of the cell. It contains the chromosomes. So chromosomes, they contains the genes. Now what are genes, children? As we are just like our parents, some of the characters we get from our parents, some of the characters we get from our other relatives, just like from grandmother, grandfather, uncle, aunt. So the genes are present on the chromosomes, which are responsible for passing the characteristics from parents to offspring. It is already given in your book also. Okay, so just read the chapter carefully. When I am explaining it, just pause the video, read the chapter carefully and get clear every topic. So this is about the nucleus. Now the second is the cytoplasm. Cytoplasm, as I have told you, cytoplasm, it is a fluid, a liquid substance, a transparent jelly-like material present between the nucleus and the cell membrane, as I have shown you in case of amoeba. Now again I am going to show the picture of amoeba. As I have told you, inside the amoeba, nucleus is present as well as the liquid substance, that is a cytoplasm. Same way, if I am going to show you the structure of the cell, inside the cell, this greenish part that you can see, this greenish part, that is a cytoplasm. Inside the animal cell also, this pinkish part, that they have shown that only with the color. It doesn't mean that they have the color. Only just to clear that they have given that color. This is greenish color. What is that? That is a cytoplasm. This pinkish color, that is a cytoplasm. But it doesn't mean that they have animal cell as the pinkish cytoplasm or they have the greenish cytoplasm. No, cytoplasm is transparent in color. So cytoplasm, it is a liquid present inside the cell. It is just like a jelly like material and present between the nucleus and the cell membrane. All the organelles of the cell, जितने भी organelles हैं, all the organelles are present inside the cytoplasm. So the cytoplasm, it is the most prominent organelle in the cytoplasm is the nucleus. So the cytoplasm and the nucleus, they combine together and they form a new term, that is a protoplasm. Okay, so what will be the function of the cytoplasm? The cytoplasm, it contains all the organelles of the cell. So all the organelles of the cells are present inside the cytoplasm. So all the organelles, whatever the functions they are performing, they all perform the functions inside the cytoplasm. So just like the other the organelles, they are just, we can say, because it is a transparent liquid, so all the organelles, they are floating inside the cytoplasm. Next is the endoplasmic reticulum. As endoplasmic reticulum, they are of two types. One is the smooth endoplasmic reticulum and another is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. I will show you in the cell again. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum and the rough endoplasmic reticulum. So endoplasmic reticulum, they are of two types. Now the endoplasmic reticulum, if they are smooth, you can see this structure. If they are smooth, so they do not contain ribosome. It is written over here also. They do not contain ribosomes. And if they are rough, they contain the ribosomes on them. So if ribosomes are present, that is a rough endoplasmic reticulum. If they are absent, then it is a smooth endoplasmic reticulum, and they are arising from the nucleus. They get detached sometime, but they are arising from the nucleus. Now, the endoplasmic reticulum, it has a structure. So suppose here is the nucleus, they are attached here. So the ribosomes, they are present on the endoplasmic reticulum. So the endoplasmic reticulum, it serve as the pathway for the distribution of material within the cell and between the two cells. It also provides the internal support to the cell. Okay, so these are the functions of the endoplasmic reticulum. So this endoplasmic reticulum, what is their function? They provide the internal support, as well as they serve as a pathway of the distribution of material within a cell and between two cells. So that is a endoplasmic reticulum. These structures you all have to learn, children. Now what are ribosomes? Ribosomes, they help in the synthesis of protein inside the body. Okay, they are present on endoplasmic reticulum. They are very minute. They are circular structure present on the endoplasmic reticulum, and they form a rough endoplasmic reticulum. And they do not possess any membrane, and their function is to synthesize the proteins. Next is the mitochondria. So mitochondria, as you can see in the picture again, mitochondria. So mitochondria is also a very, very important essential organ of the cell. So it may be rod shaped, it may be spherical, any shape it can have. Okay, so if we draw a mitochondria, we can draw it of any shape. Now it has this is the outer membrane of the mitochondria. This is mitochondria. Now this mitochondria, it has the outer membrane, then it has the inner membrane. Now inner membrane, if we are going to form, it will be like this. It has the internal projections. This is the inner membrane of the mitochondria. Now it contains the outer membrane, it contains the inner membrane. Okay, now you can see in the picture also, it contains the outer membrane. Okay, this is the outer membrane, and it contains the inner membrane. And this finger-like projection that we have drawn, this finger-like projection are called cristae. What is the function of the mitochondria? The function of the mitochondria is, it is just like a powerhouse for the cell. So it produces the energy. So the energy is produced by the process of respiration. Okay, and in which the food is broken down by oxygen. Whatever the food we eat, we get the energy. So that mitochondria, it is just like a powerhouse. Whatever the food we eat, through respiration, whatever the oxygen we are getting, so it broke down by oxygen. So mitochondria uses glucose and oxygen, and it produces energy. So mitochondria, that is why they are present in a large number inside the cell. So this is the function of the mitochondria. Again, you have to learn this structure. Now next is the Golgi bodies. Golgi bodies, they are membrane bound stacks. Okay, these are the membrane bounded stacks. Now the Golgi bodies, they are many in number inside the cell. So they also, I will again show you the structure of the Golgi bodies. They are present inside the cell like this. They are many in number. They are present inside the cell. They are stacking one over another. Now, the Golgi bodies, they are the parallel pouches. Okay, so they are connected with one another. They are found in the cytoplasm near to the nucleus. Golgi bodies are smaller in number, then they are called as dictosomes. Now, as these Golgi bodies, if they are very smaller in number, as I have shown you like this, so they are called as dictosomes. And sometimes they are very large in number. They are stacking one over another. They are stacking like this. So at that time, they are the Golgi bodies. Okay, I will show you in the plant cell also. These are the Golgi bodies. They are present near to the nucleus, inside the cytoplasm, and if they are smaller in number they are called as dictosome. If they are larger in number they are called as the Golgi bodies. And what is their function?